Hello everyone, Jesse's back. We haven't done a video in a minute. This is a Torchlight Infinite showcase of Gemma 1. We're doing the damage conversion thing that you may have seen across the leaderboards. It is using both Magnus Scar and Ralph's Journey. The only reason we can do that is because Gemma has the damage conversion. We're converting from lightning to cold to fire. So that means that we can take advantage of this. We're also using the Death's Touch unique. This is a new item that was just introduced this league. We are using Void Embankment. This is the most popular item for any stat stacker of this nature. It's just very, very good value. We have T-zeroed all of our pieces of gear here. This is Lightning Shot, and we're just using a False God skin right now with a little reservation on Weapon Amp. I got stuck at SS19, finally got through SS19. Now I'm stuck at SS20, and I'm gonna call it. So I'm very, very close to the finish line here, but to be honest, I just don't have it in me to keep retrying this fight. My build is specifically catered to mapping and really, really not good at bossing. So I just can't quite get there. And it makes me a little sad, but at the end of the day, I want to play Path of Exile, so it's fine. We were able to finish City Defense 7, I guess. And I haven't done the boss conquest in a minute. 3349, I guess that's the last one we did. So we'll do, I just want to show you what it looks like to bounce around using rocket jump and shooting the stuff with lightning shot. We have the block set up for our defenses, which coincidentally is not, we're just showing what it looks like. But the block setup is not good for bossing, at least not for this specific boss, because we don't have enough physical damage. So we are speeding around and our little lightning shots are clearing stuff. We'll show the skill in just a second here. But this is what it looks like, you know? You're hopping around, zooming, doing pretty zoom stuff. This looks a little bit like the Cat Eye Erica character when they're jumping around. If you have a movement skill that's tied to your attack speed, I think rocket jump is pretty underrated. I mean, look how fast you can jump around. It's pretty crazy. So that's what it looks like. We'll go to the dummy DPS too. I honestly don't know exactly what it is. We're probably at, I mean, can't be more than like 8 trillion or something. But yeah, I've been getting so frustrated at SS20 that I've given up on trying to get that goal, but we've reached every other goal in the game. So I'm pretty pleased overall with this character. Right now we're using Marked Rain of Arrows and Focus Shot as our utility. They're both attached to a rhythms. Here's the lightning shot setup with still attack. I saw some Carinos not using activation medium with this skill, which seems fine as well. I'm sure it's still very strong. And I bet this probably plays well on controller, which has auto targeting. So, but if you have a dexterity character like I do that has a lot of dexterity, then you can get value out of these two supports. Highly recommend. We're just using a Scorch here to trigger our ultimate ability, hero trait thing. And then we are using Weapon Amp to get paralysis, because I don't have another way to get paralysis with this setup. Then we got Steadfast and Precise Projectiles. And then when I was trying to do SS20, I kept dying because we don't have any good physical damage mitigation, and I got really salty, so I added a Summon Rock Magus, which I hadn't used this before this season. Trying out this thing. It's okay. Obviously, it's not amazing because we still haven't finished SS20, but I'm exhausted by it, so I'm switching to Path of Exile 1. But if you have any questions about the build, I guess just let me know. I think I showed everything. Here are the slates. Well, I'll show... we're using the Dex and strength balancing stuff. So here's the block. Some block here, some block here. Marksman, Gale is super OP. Everyone's using it this league. And then 3 birds, 1 stone is just good value. Distant enemies stuff, projectile speed stuff, pretty straightforward. And then Goddess of Hunting is the core here. Additional lightning damage we get value from, and we don't really have a use for the other 2. And then Rushed is just good 30% additional value. Yeah, so let me know if you have questions. We got a trade-off Translucent. Trade-off is pretty core to the build, at least the way that I've set up, because you'll notice my stats are balanced. We have the same numbers here. It's good value.
I can feel
if you're able to balance stats, it actually is kind of frustrating to balance stats. I wouldn't necessarily recommend trying to do this, but Translucent is very strong because we have all 3 damage types. Yeah. Going through the slates, going through the slates. Yep. All right. Well, let me know if you have questions. See you next time. Bye, Torchlight players.